Okay, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, and today we are actually going to record the video for the Rogue level 1 to 70 build live on stream, and of course the recorded video will be posted later on my channel. So here's the facts. Yesterday we blew through practically 70 levels, alright, in one stream. And today we are almost going to be level 70, so there's no point in me like shooting the video later because I have 230 Paragon points already, right? Well, 235. So I wanted to shoot the video now, all right? Later, that way we can post it up for the people to follow, and of course there'll be a build planner and everything. But basically, this build is ready. It's so solid. It's so good to go. All right, so we're going to record that now. Y'all can join me for the journey. I will just take a couple of seconds to get everything ready, and the very second we're ready, all right, then off we go. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make sure that we have, you know, we get this done because honestly, people deserve to see this build in action. I think it's going to be good. All right, so... All right, just one quick post to my own Discord people. We're good. All right, here we go. Okay, so now you guys get to see a video recording live, so bear with me. All right, I'm just gonna quickly put a pin message. Hey, Lewis, what up? What up? If anyone asks, okay, you let them know I'm recording a video live. All right, let's showcase this Rogue build video and how it actually looks. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, what up ladies and gents, it's your favorite Asian robot right here, and yes, don't worry, there will be a planner. This is the Rogue leveling build for 1 to 70. Okay, the planner will come later after the video is posted. Sorry about that. It is going to take me a little bit of time to quickly put it together. Now, this build was the same one that I used on stream to go from 1 to 70. I'm recording this at level 67 because, look, my Barbarian already has 235 Paragon points. I really don't want to be recording a video after I get to 70, and I've got all these extra Paragon points, right? So I'm going to show you the video right now, but the build itself is easy to make, super smooth for leveling, no troubles at all. Very easy to gear, no requirements, low investment, literally just plug the skill points in, play, you will not lose. This is how strong this build is, okay? So if you guys want the ideal Rogue leveling build, then let me show you how to build it. Okay, let's get straight into skill points, which is where most of our build work is. I'm just going to quietly remove my camera in a second, so bear with me. It won't take long. I'm vanishing. Okay, here we go. All right, so for this particular leveling build, I'm going to tell you there are only 6 skills you will need, and you don't need any extras in your skill tree or things like that, okay? It may look like I've got additional points, but that's because, you know, I've got like +1 skill here, whatever, you know, all that kind of crap. So you don't need to worry about that. The 6 skills you will need are Blade Shift, Dance of Knives, okay, Dash, Dark Shroud, Concealment, and Poison Imbuement, all right? So these are the 6 skills that you are absolutely going to need if you want to create the Rogue leveling build, okay? There will be no extra points anywhere else. Now, let's get started with the first skill. I'm going to go through each of these in detail and explain why they're in the build, how they're used, and, you know, what you're supposed to do with them. Yeah? Okay, so let's go through step by step. All right? And you can learn along the way. Blade Shift is the first and most important skill. You only need to put 1 point into the skill. Why? You don't actually deal any damage with the skill. Your entire job for this skill, okay, is to hit one enemy once. What it will do is that it will allow you to generate energy every time you move through an enemy. All right, so stab one enemy, then every time you move through an enemy, the duration of this will refresh, which is awesome, right? Then you will want to take the variants when they unlock. Now, some people have asked me about this. Oh, I can't unlock the variants when the game starts. Well, obviously you can't. Please wait until you level up, and then when you do level up, put points into the variants as soon as you can, okay? So Blade Shift first, then Energy, Resolve, and you will want to get Range of Motion. Okay, this will give you more movement speed so you can clear even faster while Blade Shift is active. Always have your Blade Shift active because as you use Dance of Knives and move through enemies, you will generate energy, which allows you to absolutely wipe them out. Okay, now Your main damage skill is Dance of Knives. Dance of Knives is a core skill that will use energy and you'll just be throwing knives at everybody. It's kind of like Spin to Win Barbarian, but you're more like a breakdancing rogue, which I remarked on stream. It's super cool to watch, all right? Absolutely love it. Now, here are the skills you're going to need. You are going to need energy cost reduction as soon as it becomes available. Pierce and Size is really, really good because it will improve your damage, okay? And also allow you to pierce through enemies. And Star Shards is your main screen clearing skill. It will literally help you clear entire screens. But did you know something? I discovered a little trick yesterday. I actually discovered that you can, okay, swap to Fan of Knives in certain game modes, not Kurast on the City, but in certain game modes, you can swap to Fan of Knives before fighting the boss. You'll see me do this on stream. Okay, Fan of Knives is better single target damage because I think up to 3 or 4 of the knives can hit the target, which is absolutely awesome because each knife is dealing 135% damage. You will kill bosses pretty fast. So if you have to go bossing, please take Fan of Knives. Otherwise, Star Shards is enough. I will demonstrate a Kurast Undercity run later so that you can see the Star Shards in action even for boss killing. But don't worry because this is still, like, seriously, this is awesome enough. But Fan of Knives is better when you have to kill a boss. Okay, next. You will need 1 point, only 1 point in Dash. You will only put points into Dash later on when there's nothing else for you to level. Everything else takes priority over Dash. Dash only needs 1 point, and what you are going to do is you are going to take, now, late in the game, okay, and I mean late in the game, you will probably take Weaken. You don't really need critical strike chance because it will only increase it by 5% and you already have a lot of critical strike chance. So take Weaken so that you can weaken enemies that might be a threat to you. Okay, Shadow Play is pretty okay, but you can swap to any of these. Like these skills don't matter. Swap freely. All right, use whatever you want or whatever you feel is good for you. You can, like I said, you can use Shadow Play. I use Shadow Play because it ups the cooldown of Dash. All right, by dashing through enemies, you can get around the map a lot faster. Then charges and cooldown reduction is a must-have because it will give you an extra charge of dash, meaning that you've got 3 charges of dash, and the cooldown is reduced by 3 seconds. So this thing cools down really fast, allowing you to get around the map quickly, okay? But you, like I said, you only need 1 point in this. Now, Dark Shroud, max it out. You will need to get movement speed and consume chance, okay? Movement speed is, of course, crucial because this will help you get through the game faster. Now, Overflow is also really excellent because Overflow, what it will do is it will grant you increased energy regeneration per shadow, which of course helps you out with your Dance of Knives. So make sure you have that. It's really, really good. Then you will want Concealment. Concealment, you want to max this out again. All right. What Concealment does is it gives you stealth. Now, it will also make you unstoppable and grant you movement speed and unhindered for its duration. Using an attack skill will immediately break Concealment, okay? But the reason we use Concealment is not necessarily for the movement speed, okay? Concealment will generate 40 energy, so that's what you want, and also you will gain 2 stacks of Ferocity after breaking Concealment from Crast. Ferocity increases your attack speed, which benefits your Dance of Knives, right? You also want Calculation. Casting Concealment will grant you 4 stacks of Overpower, increasing your damage, and after you break Concealment, you will gain 14.4% increased critical strike chance for the next 6 seconds. All right, this is the real benefit that you want because leveling up Concealment levels up the bonus from this. So that's what I like. And later on, when you don't need this, you can swap to any other variants. But honestly, this variant is pretty good until you reach 100% critical strike chance. Yeah. Okay, then last but not least, you'll have Poison Imbuement. Poison Imbuement is your main damage dealing skill. You will keep it active almost at all times because this is what will help you absolutely wipe out your opponents. Okay, and later on, once we get legendary aspects in this build, of course, it'll be really good. Now, Poison Imbuement, you want to max out first. Okay, so in the order of maxing these skills is Dance of Knives, then Poison Imbuement, then Dark Shroud, and then Concealment. Okay, Dark Shroud and Concealment can be leveled up together. You can level them up together. And if you don't have enough points from the season, level both up to 10 instead of 15. Once you get your seasonal points, then you level them up to 15 and 15. And you will be okay that way. All right. But Poison Imbuement and Dance of Knives need to be maxed out ASAP. Dance of Knives first, Poison Imbuement second. For Poison Imbuement, what you are going to want is duration. Okay, the base duration is increased by 2 seconds, and when you cast Poison Imbuement, you can consume up to 2 stacks of ferocity to further increase its duration by 2 per ferocity spent. Then, you also want cooldown. On a lucky hit, Poison Imbued skills have a 30% chance to reduce the cooldown of Poison Imbuement by 2 seconds. You will literally never need to worry about cooldown because you always cool this down faster than it even runs out. Then, for maximum damage, use Toxic Touch. Okay, it'll gain increased potency, meaning that the damage over time ramps up really, really quickly. All right, you will want that so that you deal more damage. Now, if you find that you are dying a lot, take Sapper. This is a more defensive version of Poison Imbuement, but your damage will go down. You can also use Corrosive Ring. This is like a midpoint between damage and survival, but its main focus is to increase your energy regeneration. Okay, I rarely use this variant, but it looks pretty cool. All right. It can feel pretty cool, but when it comes to like elites and things like that, your Toxic Touch is going to be much better. All right. And that is the entire skill build you will need for the rogue leveling. Now, what I will tell you is that this is all you will need. It's literally a plug and play build. You do not actually need to do anything beyond adding these skills. Let me just quickly go through gear and just show you everything. Gear, you can use whatever you found on the floor. All right, you happen to find some decent weapons. The main thing is that you want these 2 weapons, your melee weapons, to have as much damage as possible. Look for the highest damage per second and just slap it in there. The bonuses are completely irrelevant because all you want is damage from these. These 2 are your main damage dealers because guess what? Your Dance of Knives uses the... it requires your dual wield weapons. All right, you can see that right down there. So it requires dual wield weapons, so this is where your damage comes from. Your bow is a stat stick. Okay, and as for the rest of your equipment, all you need are just general defensive stats. For your chest piece and pants, the usual max life, dexterity, armor, resistance, all is standard. Now for your gloves, for your rings, and for your amulet, please, please, please look for attack speed. Attack speed and critical strike chance are the 2 most important stats you'll need. The rest is just, look, whatever you find along the way, just shove it in. But try to get attack speed and critical strike chance. Poison damage multiplier, damage over time multiplier, all of this is good. But attack speed is crucial. Okay, so for gear, just plug and play anything you find in there. Same with the charms, just shove anything in there. You're leveling. It doesn't really even matter, right? No need for any gems. There's no special legendary aspects. Like this one deals damage to vulnerable enemies. You don't even make enemies vulnerable right now. So like, as you can see, there's no real... increase coming from my legendary aspects, except for technically this one. But again, this one, I literally just found it on the ground. Imbuement skills have a 100% chance to deal bonus damage with a lucky hit. This is just useful for helping you farm faster. But again, I only got this like toward the end of the leveling. Otherwise, honestly, this will just take you straight up to expert with no problem. Technically, you can even do penitent. But when you're leveling, there's no point in pushing up to penitent. All right, just go to the either hard or expert and you will just level so fast. Once you're done leveling, assuming this is your first character you've ever created, then you can work on the Paragon path, and of course that'll be in my next video. All right, so now we're going to demonstrate the build before we hit 70, of course. Now we're just going to go into the Kurast on a city. All right, I'll just showcase this build as is. As you can see, this is entirely filmed in one take. All right, I'm actually live on stream right now, but I'm filming this in one take so you guys can see authentically that we don't do anything silly with these builds. We literally just make it work. Now, in terms of your specializations, I'm going to talk about this here. You should start out with combo points, but when you feel confident enough, that's when you use Inner Sight. Okay, when you feel confident enough, use Inner Sight because it will up your damage. But most people start out with combo points until they feel very confident with this. If you are worried about your mercenaries, all right, Rahir will be your main mercenary, standard build, Ground Slam, Aegis, Bastion, and Inspiration for Rahir. And for Variana, you'll be using Bloodthirst, and she should cast it when you cast any skill in combat, and you're pretty much good to go. All right, this is a very standard mercenary combo, and it works very well for the rogue. Okay, so that's everything you need to know. Shall we clear this at high speed? Okay, let me show you how it's done. First things first, you want to stab one target. Then you can cast your Poison Imbuement, and you're good to go. Your Blade Shift stays active, and then all you do is just dash around the map. Get to whatever objectives, so like the Spirit Beacon here, right? As long as your Blade Shift is active, and you move through a target, it's going to refresh the Blade Shift, so you don't have to cast it again, unless it's gone. You see how easy that is? Just cast your Poison Imbuement, make sure it cools down by killing everything in your pathway, and you're pretty much good to go. Once it's fully cooled down, you move on. It's that easy, right? You use your dash just like so. Trigger all your skills and then just dance around. All right, you can put on a little bit of Michael Jackson if it makes you feel better, but basically that's it. Then you just dash the next objective like a pro. Blade shift through enemies. Hit the next one. Poison imbuement. You can cast your Dark Shroud and your concealment. And there you go. Life is good and life is easy. Unlike Spin Twin Barbarian, you only move through targets to regain energy. That's all. You don't actually have to move through them to deal damage. All right, you're not a Spin Twin Barbarian. Your Dance of Knives will throw knives at them. So all you got to do is just be within range of the target to throw the knives, and you're pretty much good to go. All right, that's literally how you play this build. It's super easy, super fantastic. Like I said, no real gear needed. Just go around dancing, break dancing through levels, throwing knives. There you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. There you go. All right, let's move on to the next. In some ways, I think you can even be faster than a barbarian. But, of course, that's up to the individual player. This is why I love the dash through targets. It just feels like it works so well. Make sure you get your blade shift, alright? As long as your blade shift is going, you're fine. You'll regenerate energy and have increased movement speed, which is what you want. Grab all that you need, move on. See? Just like that. You can just break dance through the levels. Get your blade shift on. There you go. What I like about Inner Sight versus the combo points is that it's so much easier to trigger the Inner Sight bonuses, get the extra crit, and of course refill your energy, and you're pretty much good to go. And you dash through here, dash through this. Now, I normally don't comment on chat when I'm doing these videos, but hey, Sir Tommy, you know my gods are always helpful. Alright. There you go. See, I just trigger Blade Shift. If you look at the buffs down there, I trigger Blade Shift and then just dance through the levels. You can put on that Aaron Smith song, you know, like, get up on the floor, dancing all night long. You know, you can do that. Alright, it just looks like she's breakdancing anyway, so it's pretty cool to watch. And that's it. You see, just right there. Okay, dash to the next area. Trigger. Stab once. Once your poison imbuement's ready, just dance. And then once your poison imbuement's about to run out, just trigger it again. And just keep dancing. You're all good. And that's it. Now, occasionally you may end up in a situation whereby your poison imbuement's triggered, but, you know, there were no targets to kill, so you didn't exactly get a cooldown. It's okay. Don't sweat it too much. It'll usually come back up pretty quickly. Once it is ready, just dance. Now, we're already maxed out, so we're just going to head straight to the grand finale. Yeah? I try and dash through some targets, so my skill cools down faster. I don't have to worry too much. I take the blade shift just for the additional movement speed. Then we get to the end. All right, we've already maxed out the reward, so we literally don't have to kill anybody. Okay.
You know death as intimately as I.
There you go. Now, like I said, Fan of Knives will kill them faster. Oops, sorry. Fan of Knives will kill them way faster, but you can still kill them with Star Shards. It's literally not a problem. Boss dies. There you go. You're all good. Like I said, you only need to remain around Expert until level 70 anyway. You really don't have to go up to Penitent unless you desperately want to. It's not going to give you any additional benefits. And that's it, ladies and gents. That's the rogue leveling build. Simple and easy. All right, plug, play, no investment needed, minimal investment needed. Have fun. Once you're level 70, don't worry, my Paragon guide will be coming out soon. All right, have fun and enjoy the rogue. There we go, all done. But yes, welcome to the show, everybody. I wanted to film the video first, one take, as always. And we're done. We'll post it up a little later today, maybe. And then that way, you know, people can very quickly enjoy the rogue and have a good time. Alright, let's set my goal. Support more Diablo 4 content and music. And for that one guy that asked who you talking to, I'm talking to my audience, pal. Why you at a stream? You don't expect me to be talking to my audience, homie? Alright. That's enough messing. I hope everyone's been doing good. Lewis, let me know what kind of music today, bro. Let's play some good music, because Lewis and Gabak helped me get the Battle Pass on Marvel Rivals yesterday. So they deserve some music while we be rolling around, man. Let's go. I think it's time. I think the time has come, and so have I. So you let me know if there's any good music you want me to play today, and we'll have some fun. Now for the Kurast on the city, I want. To have this, and then I want to have this, and then I want to have this, and then I want to have this. So we have a lot of these. I want to have this, and I want to have this. Okay, guys, let's go larval up straight to the Helitide. Wait, oh, we gotta wait for the Helitide. But anyway, yeah, let me know if there's any music I can toss on for you. Yeah. And I hope everyone's doing well on this lovely Sunday. Some hip hop today? Sounds good. Sounds good. This season, I've named every single one of my characters after a font. So my Barbarian is actually sans serif. It's a little nice detail there Rena picked up on. Yes, my rogue is called Arial Bold. I'm thinking of making my next character Calibri. So I'm gonna name every character after a font style today. But yes, my rogue is Arial Bold. Okay, sorry, just quickly sending this out. Now give me one tiny second. I need to very quickly check and verify something. Can't be a coincidence, two font names. I mean, you know, maybe somebody else had the same idea as me. Or maybe they got inspired after checking out my stream. I'm telling you, they definitely checked out my stream. Get up on the floor, dancing all night long. All right. Okay. I think we're about ready. It should be good. Go for it. But if we're gonna start with some flippity dibbity hip hop today, then I think I'll put on some unreality. Now let me go. Why is Sanctuary at peace? Okay, how dare Sanctuary be at peace? We usually have to wait about 5 minutes for the Helitide. I'm so sorry about this. It should start soon. It should start soon. The need for patience, I tell you, it's killing me. But I hope everyone's good today. You know, as soon as the Helitide pops, my rogue will be going around there doing the dancing and, you know, throwing all those knives everywhere. It should be good. It should be a good time. You never know. Maybe you'll find someone called Comic Sans, Rena. You can find someone called Comic Sans, and people will have such a good time. Imagine everybody starts using font names instead. Then you just randomly see all these weird fonts. Like, it's Adzook just running around. Or Helvetica. Hey, Austin, how's it going? Okay, come on. This should be ready. Helltide ready? Yeah, finally. Okay, let's put on some flippity dibbity hip hop while we. This is for Lewis while we slay. All right, you guys ready for some music? Let's go. Time to start dancing as the rogue. But I'm doing good, Austin. I hope you're doing good too. Whee! Now, here we go. It's time for some unreality.
Baron Black Tongue. Unreality. Y'all keep asking what's real. Fine. Check the pulse. Check the pulse. Am I human enough for ya? Blood in the booth, is it bruising enough for ya? Hands on the glass, am I proving enough for you? Tell me how much.
My pain gotta move for ya.
Am I human enough? Am I human enough for ya? Breath in the bar, is it ruined enough for ya? Truth got teeth, is it chewing enough for ya? I'm still here. Is that
Music enough for ya?
Yeah. They said I sound too clean, so I did the mirror. Said I talk too sharp, so I made it cut clearer. Said my heart looks staged, so I get it in near another blood on the page. Got to make it no.
Thanks for following, buddy.
Everybody want raw, so the wound looks wrong. Everybody want truth with a cute little song. Everybody want pain if the hook feels strong, but they flinch when the real thing bleeds too long. I've been called fake by your face with a filter, called too cold by a crowd with no shelter, called too loud by the ones who whisper and sell my silence back as scripture. What do you need? A scar, a tear, a fall, a funeral? Am I human enough for ya? Blood in the booth, is it bruising enough for ya? Hands on the glass, am I proving enough for ya? Tell me how much of my pain gotta move
For ya.
Am I human enough for ya? Breathe in the bar, is it ruined enough for ya? Truth got teeth, is it chewing enough for ya? I'm still here.
Is that music enough for ya?
Yeah. I got sweat in the collar and cracks in the cadence. A laugh that comes late in a heart full of patience. A name made of smoke in a mouth full of razors. A room full of doubts and a beat full of favors. I don't need pity, I need air in the sentence. Need one clean minute where the mask gets mentioned. Need one small place where the pulse feels present. Need one real hand through the noise and attention. They want the monster, then fear when he feels. They want the villain, then hate when he heals. They want the crown, but not what he conceals. They want the show, not the man in the steel. Listen, I am not asking for mercy. I am asking if you can hear me without needing me
Broken first.
If I'm too perfect, they call me plastic. If I'm too damaged, they call me tragic. If I move quiet, they call me passive. If I move sharp, they call me savage. What's left? What breath? What proof? What flesh? I can carry the ache with the gentleman's posture. Laugh at the wolves while they circle the altar. Walk through the static with dirt on the armor. Still make the rhythm feel warmer and harder. I'm not a machine, I'm a man with the method. A throat full of smoke and a soul under pressure. A fist full of language, a chest full of weather. A pulse that gets louder the more you measure. So count every syllable, count every flaw. Count every pause where the mess nearly falls. Count every night that I stayed at the wall. And tell me what part was not human at all. I've been reeling the ruin, reeling the glare. Ruin the whole room, wanted to dare. Ruin the feet, put the price on despair. Ruin nobody was left to care. Am I human enough for ya? Blood in the booth, is it bruising enough for ya? Hands on the glass, am I proving enough for ya? Tell me how much of my pain gotta move for ya? Am I human enough for ya? Breathe in the bar, is it ruined enough for ya? Truth got teeth, is it chewing enough for ya? I'm still here. Is that music enough for ya? Still breathing. Still sharp. Still bearing. human enough.
All right, that was my song Human Enough for you. I think you guys will recognize that from my latest album, Unreality. We'll be playing a couple more songs from that, so please do look forward to it. All right, I've got quite a good variety of music for you guys. And the only question is, am I human enough for you? All right. Okay. I'll lose the poison damage multiplier and dex. Ugh. Okay, dunk these first. Let's go pick this up because we're almost like at 70 already. And we literally just need one more activity. Just one more. One more activity. And it's going to be the pit. So let's go straight into pit 125. I'd die, right? Going straight into Penitent. The Penitent pit. We'll clear it real quick. Now let's go. Next hip hop song.
Baron Black Tongue.
You guys ready?
There was no part one. That is the problem. Thumbs go dumb when the beat come through. Swipe left, swipe right, bad news, new shoes. Everybody panic, but the beat still moves. Scroll through, boogaloo. Whole room lit like a cheap tattoo. Laugh, cry, by lie. Choose your view. World on fire, but the bass says move. Swipe, swipe, don't look down. Swipe, swipe, whole screen loud. Swipe, swipe, lost and found. Swipe, swipe, dance to the breakdown. I woke up fresh, then I checked one app. Now my brain doing laps in a rat trap. So I can't play chess with a tax map. That a man so fair in a snack rap. One clip, so the moon got printed. One post to the end got extended. One you cried and the brand got mentioned. One girl blinked and the mob got tension. I ain't even mad, I'm overstimulated. Eyes wide open, so pixelated. Little red dot got me obligated. Every bad thought came pre-automated. Who got sleep? Not me. Who got peace? Not me. Who got 8 tabs open? Probably. Who's still dancing?
Obviously.
Doom, 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 stroll through. Boogaloo. Thumbs go dumb when the beat come through. Swipe left, swipe right. Bad news, new shoes. Everybody panic, but the beat still moves. Doom, scroll through. Boogaloo. Whole room lit like a cheap tattoo. Laugh, cry, by lie. Choose your view. World on fire, but the beat. My screen said hydrate, then sold me a coffin. Timeline coughing. Comments all boxing. Hot tip jogging. Cold tip flossing. Whole feed sick, but the algorithm's bossing. I saw 3 beefs and a dance and attorney. 7 new trends in a manning journey. One fake guru with a rented gurney. Said heal your soul while the crypto turned me. Boom, boom, notification. Boom in a room with a loop sensation. Bad little headline, good vibration. Club full of ghosts with a group location. Click, clack, big stack, brain on a kickstand. Lip sync, profit with a ring like wristband. Quick scam, big plans, sold by a rich man. 10 more steps to you can get banned. Scroll till the breakfast becomes a confession. Scroll till the blessing becomes an obsession. Scroll till the message forgets its intention. Then call it connection, connection, connection.
Stop. Drink water. Ignore the warning.
I can rattle the rabble and juggle the jargon and bargain with chaos and battle the bargain. A carnival oracle selling a sermon. The terminal learners with permanent yearning. I can pick it through friction and fiction and footage. Then cook up a chorus from digital rubbish. The panic is plastic, the habit is public, but somehow the baseline keeps making me love it. Phone in my palm like a tiny little prison. Glow in my eyes like a bad decision. Everybody lost, but the rhythm got vision. Everybody down, but the bass got permission. No sleep, no clue.
Part 2. Boogaloo.
Doom, 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 scroll to walk, boogaloo. Thumbs go dumb when the beat come through. Swipe left, swipe right. Bad news, new shoes. Everybody panic, but the beat still moves. Doom, scroll to walk, boogaloo. Whole room lit like a cheap tattoo. Laugh, cry, by lie. Choose your view. World on fire, but the bass says move. Swipe, swipe, don't look down. Swipe, swipe, whole screen loud. Swipe, swipe, lost and found. Swipe, swipe, dance to the breakdown. Dum, 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 dum. Dum, 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 dum.
Part 3 is already loading. Don't act surprised.
You clicked. You clicked.
Alright, ladies and gents, that was Doom Scroll 2 Boogaloo on the Robot Radio while we slay with the Rogue. Alright, as you can see, we are trying desperately to stab everybody with poison knives and daggers, so, you know how we do things. So far, the Penitent Dungeon's actually not too bad. We're doing quite okay. Woo! Woo. We do not want those to explode. And as soon as we can finally hit level 70, we will make sure that we get all our Paragons sorted and move the Rogue right up. I don't know how good or bad this build will be, but so far it's been an absolute blast. Very easy to run. Okay, we now hit level 70. All our Paragon points are unlocked. We have transformed from level 1 noobs to level 3 noobs. Okay, so this is great. Now, Before we play more music, let's finish up with this little pit here. Then we're gonna work on the Paragon path together, live on stream. Why? Because I'm a badass like that. I am ass bad like that. In this weird, twisted way, though, I have to admit, rogues feel so squish compared to, my Barbarian with the spin to win, right? Essentially, it's the same build, but I just feel hella squishy as a rogue, which amuses me greatly. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. We are goo plus chi. Now, let me see. Headhunter is apparently one of the important glyphs, so we'll level that. Okay, nice. Now it's time to work on the Paragon. So now this will be the longest part of the stream. And I'm sorry that we won't be streaming as long as we normally do today. Like I said, I've got family gatherings, so I'll have to end early. But we will try and keep you guys entertained for the time that we are here. Why? Because we're legends like that. Now we're going to actually work on this today. Day 2. All right? We're going to do it live. So it's going to take a while, but, you know, I'm a working man like that. I've got some ideas about what I want, so it should be all good. Okay, first let me quickly save this. Second, this will not take long. I gotta always make sure my art is also standardized because I generate while I wait and while I do stuff, because it's pretty important to make proper use of my time. Okay, good. All right, so let's get started on the board. Wow, this is gonna be a little irritating, but okay. What are the most important stats? Intelligence, strength. Okay, it's all intelligence and strength, right? Okay, so we're gonna have to maximize intelligence and strength. That means that the best way is this way. So pretty much the same standard that we had before. We want to maximize. I don't know what glyph we'll need for the start, so I'll just try and do it like this. And we do not need willpower, so willpower is what we call a dead stat. And if that's going to be a dead stat, then what we'll do is we'll do something like this. Okay. Easy. Oh, but no matter what, we have to pick it. Shit. Nah, that'll be a way. That'll be a way. I will get there in some convoluted path, because I will... Ah, wait. I see the path. This way we can completely avoid willpower. It's a bit of a out of our way thing, but we can avoid willpower. Oh, look at me being all smart and intelligent. I might actually know what I'm doing, guys. Isn't that amazing? It's incredible, isn't it? Me, the real Asian robot, actually knowing what I'm doing. How did we ever get to this? Okay, let's take a look at what we got here. Starting at the back, I have this weird system. Mobility or subterfuge skill. Okay, this could work. Cunning stratagem. Okay, I'm not using combo points. Exploit weakness. There has to be a way to make them vulnerable. No witnesses. Heaven through rune words. Yeah, sorry, I'm consulting with the AI because I wonder if we have a vulnerability engine in this. So I'm asking, is there a vulnerability engine? Okay, I'll let it cook on that, but we'll think about this a little later. I will thunk about it a little later. Because this is important. Okay, let me see what else we got. I really want this though, because not only 60% increased vulnerable damage, but you can reduce their damage by 20%. That's going to be actually helpful. Okay, we don't have an ultimate skill, so this is ignored. Ooh, Liriana's Instinct. This looks good. But the stats are kind of shitty. Okay. I'll put that down in the maybe. Let's see. Deadly Ambush. Now this looks pretty swankalicious. Critical strike damage and damage over time to enemies affected by trap skills. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, we're not using trap skills, are we? Cheap shot just straight up increases my damage. Okay, we're probably going to need this. Tricks of the trade. Resistance to all elements. Ho, 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 ho. I like this. Okay, okay, okay. Now we're talking, now we're talking. What's this one? This one seems really good. Mobility skill cooldowns, resistance to all elements, subterfuge skill cooldowns, and then on the same part, we got damage to close enemies, distant enemies, healthy enemies. Elites, I think, is gonna be the main one there. Okay. Before I carry on, I must check stuff. Okay. Consistently apply and okay, give me a second. I need to check this ASAP because I think there's going to be a skill transition if we're going to do these Paragon paths. So we're gonna do a little bit of a skill transition, and now I need to understand how. Okay. Sorry guys, this will take a long time because, well, this will take quite some time because this is how we determine the Paragon pathway. I won't move until I know exactly what I'm doing. So I'm just consulting the AI because I need to know exactly how we're going to build certain engines into the game and how we're going to make sure that this character can really do what it's supposed to do. All right, because if we make a wrong step here, leveling is going to be a lot harder. I've liked what this works, but I want to be able to apply vulnerable.
I appreciate that.
And
Oak be with you.
oh lol, some random person just said some random shit. But anyway,
Farewell.
oh, lol. I'm just gonna wander away over here. Okay, so one of the key things in the Barbarian build was that we used the exploit glyph to inflict vulnerable, which was a really big help because vulnerable obviously is really, really good. You know, the additional damage and all that, it's an additional damage engine. So if I'm seeing an entire board that works with vulnerable, how do I do it with the rogue? That's the key. So I'm consulting the AI to see what is the best way. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's do some work here. How do I build my builds? I never follow a guide, no. I build my builds manually, step by step. So what you're seeing me do right now is build it manually, step by step. Okay, I do use some AI help, but I do not consult any guides because how can I like, bro, I mean, just be logical for a second. If I followed somebody else's guide, I can't post a YouTube video saying, hey guys, I made this build for you, right? Like, that'd be so wrong, dude. I'd be stealing. No. I make everything manually. So I don't know if this is your first time at my stream or whatever. Hey Phil, how's it going? I don't know if this is your first time at my stream, but you will actually see me put these things together step by step. I explain my choices along the way. So if you tuned in yesterday, I did the Rogue 1 to 70 all on my own. Today I filmed the video. I'll post up the video later, but we're going to make some changes right now because we need to adjust a couple of things. So yeah. There is a lot that needs to be done. Now. Okay, let's see. Points are ideal for Shadow Clone. I want to know because I don't want I think Sentry will work best for me based on what I'm intending, but we shall see. We shall see. I will see what we need because I have to give up one skill, right? I'm trying to debate which skill I should give up because as much as I like it, Dash is very good for getting around. Then just do a Necro without a guide, dude. Nothing stop you. Okay. I kind of have an idea here about what I want to do. Sorry, this will take a bit longer because I want to find out if there's a cooldown engine built into this that, or rather that I can build for you guys. If there's a cooldown engine, I don't mind taking this. Otherwise, I might take Sentry first because it makes more sense to be able to have Shadow Clone up for every single elite fight. I don't want to get into a fight with an elite and then not have Shadow Clone ready for you guys, because if I'm going to go down the direction, so just to explain my choices right here, if I want to go down the direction of doing what we're doing, I need to be able to create a specific engine. I need to create a specific engine so that I always have the right skills up at the right time. That's the main goal here. So we're trying to figure that out and build it up. I see. Okay. Aspect of Orange Herald. Okay. I will have to go into that. Understood. That's not a problem. Okay, so first things first. We, the people, will need to get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. All right, and we will take points out of this. As sad as it is. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Item contribution 1. Okay, no, sorry. We need to have at least one item contribution in there. Sorry, non-item contribution in there. So we're keeping this because we want to keep this on the skill bar. And I will temporarily remove dash. And we'll put in Shadow Clone. Why? Because I want weaken and vulnerable. And we'll take Sentry. And then we'll have cooldown as well. So what we'll do is that the Shadow Clone will make all enemies weaken and vulnerable for 6 seconds, right? So if I were to cast it where there is a elite or a big enemy, right? Cast it down there. I can have a fairly fast cooldown. So charge cooldown is I get 3 per 30 seconds. Right? So I don't have to worry about cooldowns. And then once I have these cooldowns, I can inflict vulnerable. So it means I always have vulnerable ready. Now, this is going to slow us down a little bit because we don't have dash, but we honestly have fast movement speed anyway, so we should not be concerned about that. The crucial key is that we still have Dark Shroud to give us the resistance to all elements. But it also gives us... actually, you know what? I might change this as well. Crowd chill counts as a crowd control effect, if I'm not wrong. Right? Let's try best serve Cole first, because we no longer need the increased energy regeneration. Like, that's completely irrelevant to us. So I would rather have the resistance to all elements. Then we have this. Then we have Shadow Dancer, and we're set on that. So we're losing a bit of mobility, but in exchange for losing the mobility, we are going to gain, well, a whole bunch of stuff. So that's really, really good. Okay. Oh, frozen counts, not chill. Oh, if chill's not a crowd control effect. Ah, well, you know what? I'll still leave it there. Okay, now let's continue messing around. These gloves are nice. Critical strike chance. I would lose attack speed, but critical strike chance is something I would not pass up anyway. This sword is way better, but I think I'll just forge a new sword because I can do that anyway. So it's not a big deal. Movement speed, vulnerable damage. You know what? We'll put on this thing for a little bit. Okay, what we're gonna do now is for our Paragon boards, because what I was thinking, right? The reason I considered the engine, so sorry about this, I haven't maxed it out, my bad. The reason I was considering the engine before I considered the rest was that I had no clue how I would structure all of this to ensure, you know, like, best results. So what I wanted was... Actually, can I drop this a little bit? I don't think I need so much into this. It does increase the Nova damage, but the critical strike chance. Actually, you know what? Nah, never mind. I'll just max this out instead. Should be fine. I am a bit hard up for the critical strike chance, but with 4 points in here, I still have 11.9. That's good enough. Even if I were to drop it more, should be okay. I think the remaining points can just go in here. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so we'll do it this way instead, because we're not going to worry too strongly about the critical strike chance. Now we can put on the... Because I really, really wanted this board. Exploit weakness. Okay, so let's put on the exploit weakness board. Now let's take a look at the stats that's actually in the board. Damage, dexterity... Sorry, damage dexterity, damage to elites dexterity. We have vulnerable damage, lucky hit chance here, which is really, really good. Total armor, vulnerable damage up here, resistance to all elements, maximum life. Okay, this entire board is really, really good. So it's going to be a very expensive board. The thing is, how do we maximize our value so that we can use this board correctly? I'm going to teach you how. Okay, first we're going to attach the board just like this, right? And we want to avoid as many willpower nodes as possible. So we're going to go in two directions. Okay, in order to minimize the number of points, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, right? Stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, stop. 1, 2, 3, done. 1, 2, 3, done. Stop. Okay, everything here is stopped. Now, we do want this vulnerable damage right here. Really good. Damage to elites right here. Really good. Okay, solid. Stop. Now, what we do is we leave that there. Then, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we grab this. Lucky hit chance. Now, we'll save the rest. Save the rest. Okay. Not this one. Because I do not want to get willpower if I can sacrifice it. Something like that. It's both ways is the same points, and we're going to avoid willpower like the plague. Now, in order to minimize the amount of points that we're going to spend, because this one has vulnerable damage and total armor, we will... And all the nodes of total armor, we're just going to grab it like this. Stop. We don't need anything further. Resistance to all elements, max life, total armor, max life. We'll grab these a little later. But since we're already here, and this provides us a clear pathway, we'll exit this way. Now, there's other cheap ways that we can also exit to the next board. So this is a very cheap board already, but we can take advantage of the top to add another board, and so we can add 2 boards here instead of worrying. Okay, so we're gonna add a new board now. So this is step 1. Okay, this is step 1. Now, what we need to do is we need to add the next board. And to add the next board, I was already thinking of this one. Okay, because we're gonna use the poison damage. So how does this board look? And what are the key factors in this board that'll make it good? Because we want to start the board in the best way possible. Imbue damage, non-physical damage. Okay, let's rotate it so that we start here. Okay. Non-physical damage, imbue and skill cooldown. And we can exit up here cheaply. So because this is so far away, yeah, we're gonna need some work. Okay, acceptable. So now we go in, right? We want to maximize our imbued damage. So what we will do is... we will go up here. Across, up here. Okay, clear. Now we can go to this anytime we want, so no issue there. That means we have another board that's cheaply available, and we don't have to touch the others yet. Okay, so what we need to do now is from here, we need to get here. So the best way is this way, right? Easy peasy. Then from here, we need to get down here while avoiding willpower. So, and we can always grab more health as we need it. So we'll go like that. Done. Okay, stop. Okay, that's enough points. Now we're good. All right, so that's Eldritch Bounty done. And Eldritch Bounty will improve our stuff. Okay, next. I think it'll be safer to exit up. So we can save this for later, right? Then we, the people, should do it this way. Lovely. Okay, next I want this one. This is the one with the crowd control enemies. Okay, good. So how does this look? Glyph is here. Okay, before we go on any further, I need to check. Do we have a crowd control engine added to the rogue? Because if we don't have a crowd control engine, then this whole board is pointless. So I thought that the chill stacks would count as a crowd control. But if it doesn't, then we may not have a crowd control engine. I want this board because it's straight up 50% damage and doubled against crowd control enemies. We need a crowd control engine. There is no reason not to have this board, but we must have a reason. Proper crowd control engine that'll work. So how? The question is how? How do we? How we do? Do we how? And I have a particular way that I want to structure this so that all the boards lead into each other. This way we can maneuver without and use up extra points without costing ourselves too much, you know? This way we have like all 5 boards feeding the synergy into each other. So, you know, that's my plan. But the plan will not work without an idea. Okay. The crowd control engine will probably come online later. Show Deshione. Deshione. Okay. I think it'll work. But now the problem becomes, how do I put this board together in a meaningful way? Because the problem of this then becomes, which way do I go? Where are we going from here? How do we know? Where do we go? You know what? I have a bad idea. Cancel. Take these points out first. I was going to grab this anyway, right? So now... And then here is where we will put the cheap shot. Because that way, I can rotate, and then because I want to exit out this way while spending minimal points and avoiding this node, right? I can go grab calculated. So attach. Pick this up. Ignore the total armor. Bing. Like so. Right? We will avoid wasting points like so. And then the cheapest way to do it would actually be to go above. As above, so below. Voila. And now we have it. Now, we do have to sacrifice one willpower, but that's okay. Like, we can live with that. Okay. And then now we can add a new board. Voila. Bellissimo. Okay. Now, I will need one last board. Okay. We'll start here. And this is the last board for sure, because we're always going to be casting this stuff. Okay, now the key is... Okay. Rotate. We want to enter here. Okay, we're gonna do something a little dangerous right here. I have bad ideas. Very, very bad ideas. And I like my bad ideas. My bad ideas are lovely. Okay. Now to do this perfectly, we will attach. Yes, I understand that I will reach the 5 board limitation. No, I do not care. Okay, so in order to do this and minimize spending, we will actually head down the right-hand side. So we will, it's going to be a bit of a convoluted pathway, but it will work. So we're going to go here, like we planned earlier, here, right? Although we have this gate as well. We will now go here. Actually, you know what? We can sap. Shit. Didn't mean to do that. We can actually sap these points out. This gives us a much cheaper setup. And then we use this gate to do this. Because we can get those points like later on if we really, really wanted to. Okay, so we take damage to close enemies. Now we don't have a choice, but either way it's fine. So we can go like that, right? Then what we need is that we... Actually, oh yeah, we would still need that, wouldn't we? No, we wouldn't. We can do it this way if we really want to, because this way is closer to that side anyway. Oh, but there's willpower to avoid here. Okay. It's going to be a little additional cost, I guess. Okay. Well, either way, I think we can avoid it safely. So what we'll do is something like that. Bing, bing, dance macabre. No problem. And now from here, we will sacrifice so that we can grab something like that. Something like that. And we want all the max life. Yeah. Okay, so this is done. Then up, da. Damage to elites. And since we still have to grab stuff here anyway, damage to healthy enemies. We have the glyph socket. Stop there. Nothing further. Then we want the damage to distant enemies as well. And probably the best way to reach there is through here. Voila. Okay, we have that. Stop. And now we have, in general, the loose build. Okay. Now we need to fill out all the nodes and glyphs. So we're not going to do anything further. The board is set. Okay, nothing further for now. We've grabbed all the relevant bonuses that are crucial to us, but we will not go any further yet. We may go further later, but not yet. Strength, intelligence, dex, all this important. Let's grab more lucky hit chance first. We have to round out this build with certain stuff, but we're not going to go too hard on it, because this is overall a very expensive build. It's already quite expensive, and we want to stabilize first before we go and grab all these other nodes. But for the most part, this board is pretty much done. Like, there's a lot of survival that we can get toward endgame as necessary and as we round out stuff. So there's a lot of good stuff here. Okay, I remember we have the headhunter, which is going to be used somewhere. Okay. Now let's mix and match, shall we? Okay. Where is the board for this? This one requires dexterity, and it buffs normal nodes, so we just need 40 dex, and then that's it. Okay, we will already have, we just need to level it up, and we're going to get dex here. So I'm not going to add more points. 10 here, 10 here once we level it up. So that's 20, so I just need to get another 20. We can get it pretty cheaply. And since it buffs normal nodes, this should be enough. Actually, this will probably be enough. We don't need to go any further because all it does is buff normal nodes. And unless we're going to use a lot of normal nodes, which we aren't, we don't need to think too hard about this because all this is for is the additional damage to elites. Okay. Simple. Now we need to look for Canny, Bane, Tracker, and Versatility, which we don't have yet, but we will get them. Canny is because I want the non-physical damage. This one operates off intelligence. And Bane is my next priority as well. Yeah, this is the one with the poison effects. Okay, so Bane and Canny are the next two big important ones. In order to actually progress through this, though, here's what we're going to have to do. First, we are going to make we're going to build some decent gear. All right, it doesn't have to be the most fantastic, but it needs to be at least decent. So we, the people, will first do all this shit. Now, we got the ambush glyph, but it's not important to us. It'll just help us a little bit along the way. Okay. First, we junk all this. Now, we're going to forge equipment. So, we will start by forging some daggers. Let's forge 20 of them. Anything else has just lower stats for now. Okay, good enough. Now we'll work on searching for the perfect items. So these ones we won't worry about. Okay.
Taken apart.
All right.
Melted down.
Okay. So the next step now is to, now we've got damage, right? We're going to also forge. We are going to forge boots. Why boots? Because boots will actually help us get shit done. So we're going to forge 20 boots right now. Ding. And we'll look for any that have movement speed. Hopefully one with 24. Or one that is hyper maxed out. No? Okay, then we'll take this. This one right here, right? I'll take this here pair of boots. Junk all these. Now we'll get a better one. We're gonna take these here boots. And oops, sorry, not this. My bad. This maximum evade chance. We're gonna change it into movement speed. And now it's 24%. Yay. Okay, now these boots are a hell of a lot better. So we're gonna put them on there. Then, this is solely for the ability to get through this game faster. We're gonna temper it until it reaches 25. Then we'll masterwork it. I'll masterwork for survival. I don't mind, because later on then we can worry about speed once I'm actually ready. But for now, this will do, and later on we'll get a better one with a greater affix on movement speed. Then we'll temper another greater affix on movement speed, and we're pretty much set. We're good to go. Okay, this is done. The rest of the gear we'll farm as we go, because that's fairer. We just needed enough to get started, so we're okay for now. Now we can really get this thing started. So first thing we're actually going to do is we're going to go to the pit. I need to go to Torment 1 and see if I can handle it. Let's go test out our new build. Okay. Okay, yeah, I mean, Torment 1 is going to be nothing, right? So obviously all the way up to Torment 2 until we get gear, but survival will be the main key. Radio then.
Quite the challenge.
Okay, so Torment 1 doesn't even need the poison imbuement. Torment 1 is just straight up go in there and do shit. I should end up at Torment roughly 5. if I'm not wrong. But we need to find where it's comfortable to farm glyphs first. Because without the glyphs, we are sunk. Therein lies the problem. We need that glyph. No glyph, we are doomed. Doomed. Okay. Okay. That works. Okay, that's not the glyph we need, but that's okay. We got turf. Let's exit. And we'll keep going for a second. Now the main key is how we push this. Hello, Swordman. Max and max life. Okay. That's pretty decent. The rest gets junked.
Let's do it then.
Okay, now we move up to Torment 1. Because Torment 1 is nothing, obviously. But we will continue going until we get what we need. Okay, now Torment 2.
New subscriber detected.
Open. Thanks for subscribing. Hope you guys enjoy the show. Okay. Torment 2 is pretty normal.
Curse this place. I'm being followed.
So even with like no gear, I can easily make it up to Torment 2, so no issue there. How much time do I have left? Because today I've got a family gathering, so I can't stream as long, unfortunately. Which is a damn shame. Okay, there's the boss. Oh my god, my ult just rips him. Okay, well. There you go, sir. Let me just quickly clear this so I don't have to deal with it. Nice. Okay, now I just got the Trakel. And I believe this is one of the glyphs that we do use. Okay, so now the tracker is here. Where do I put it? Ah, my poison one. Me poison. I want to put it at here. Okay, me poison. This one operates off intelligence. So we'll want to grab every bit of intelligence possible. It's gonna be slightly expensive, but it is what it is. Alright. Poisoning damage lasts 40% longer. Le plus Mal. Okay, we're just gonna grab these ahead of time because I know we're gonna reach them. So it makes no sense not to have them. Okay, let's put everything into the tracker now. Try to get it at 25. Okay, tracker's now at 8. Alright. So we have Headhunter tracker. We're still looking for Bane. I need Bane. And I need 2 others. Maybe Canny. I think I'll see if I can get something else as well. Alright, now we will try Torment 3. Alright, we'll hit a hard limit. I'm aware of that, but yeah, we'll hit a hard limit. And then that's where we'll farm our glyphs. So if anyone's having trouble getting glyphs, do exactly what I'm doing right now. You always want to hunt down glyphs first. Alright, don't be one of those people that doesn't hunt down glyphs and say, I never find glyphs. Like, bro, you gotta hunt them down. So the first thing you do with your character is you do this. Alright? Go right through it all. I can't wait to get back to farming and music though. This is gonna be good. But this is how, like, if you're already on your second character, this is how you'll do it. Even if on your first character, right, you go straight into Torment 1 and you just spam the spam until you manage to get all the glyphs you need. Torment 2 and Torment 1 are ideal for farming glyphs, so you just do the pit until you get the glyphs you need. Then the rest can come later. If you're following a build guide, it's really easy. If you're figuring it out on your own, well, you should have some ideas. You can always consult the AI, change it later. But usually this is good enough. I know which ones I wanted for the poison damage. So I want Bane next. That's going to be crucial. Then we'll worry about the rest later. Hello, Dr. Hines. What up? Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, she's handling Torment 3 surprisingly well. The poison damage is good.
I'm being followed.
Okay, weakening enemies and making them vulnerable is disgustingly good right now. I'm actually loving this shadow clone, and the cooldown's really, really fast. So, I dig that a lot. Jump. Climb, climb, climb. I didn't even use blade shift. Whoops. I was like, why is my energy running out? It's impossible. Look at how fast that... Dude, that boss got ripped. Bruh, I'm so sorry, boss. Etna's Lost Dagger. This seems like it'll be good. I'll save it. Oh, hey. This is way better. No cooldown, so I don't care. Poison damage multiplier, extra life. That can help me live. Okay, I'm down with that. I guess you could say I'm down with the sickness. I can see inside you the sickness is arising. Don't try to deny how you feel.
Oh, it is a waitress, isn't it?
Oops, sorry.
Taken apart, melted down.
Ah, yes. Let's put Etna's away. Etna Krabobble. Okay, so we're gonna have to keep going. Now we go to Torment 4. Do not try this at home. I have a lot of Paragon points already put in this build. So we're just gonna see how far we can just push it, and then we'll farm where we're comfortable. Okay, 4 is definitely the limit for now. I mean, we'll obviously have more later, but 4, yeah, this will be the limit. I think 4 will be the comfortable limit. I mean, we could hit 5, but it's already taking a little bit of time, so we probably want to farm around here for a bit. Get it? For a bit? You love my jokes. But anyway, my terrible, and I do mean really terrible dad jokes aside, we will farm around here for a little bit, for a little while. Because this gives us options. We're still clearing fast. Relatively. We're not exactly wiping the floor with them either.
Followed.
Curse this place, I'm being followed. You don't freaking say. Being followed by demons. Let's go this way. You make me vulnerable, I make you vulnerable. We are all vulnerable together. Now let's dance. You can't hit me. Ah, shit. I keep casting both. Damn it. I need to stagger them. I need to get used to the new system of staggering the casts. This will not go over well. Okay, so Rogue jumps straight up to Torment 4. Glyph is Efficiency, which is probably still not one of the ones we want, and that's okay. Alright. We keep raising these. First and foremost, Headhunter. Pit level 25 is just fine. So we'll just keep going here. Going and going and going until we get what we need, because number one, we need to make sure that we get all the right stats. Number two, we want to get all the glyphs we need, and we still don't have any of the all the glyphs we need, so we'll just keep going until we get all the glyphs. So you find the pit tier that your character can comfortably farm, and then you just keep going. Like if you guys are so-called struggling with glyphs or anything like that, this is how we do it. Alright. As soon as we, now this assumes that you're on your second character, but if you're on your first character, you do the same thing once you get to either Torment 1 or 2. Once you're Torment 1 or 2 capable, you will do the pit, and you just keep repeating the pit until you get the glyphs you want. That's how I did it on my Barb the first time. It took like 2 hours, but, you know, it's not too bad. Here on the Rogue, we have an accelerated progression pathway because obviously we've already got the move speed, you know, so you don't have to worry about that. And we can absolutely just shred these guys. So we keep going. The thing is, once you get your glyphs, you will technically, if I'm not wrong, damage-wise, you'll be able to go up another Torment level. It's that crazy. So you might not want to hesitate.
Curse this place. I'm being followed. Okay, nice. I need to get both cooldowns to about 10 seconds. Once I'm there... we are genuinely gonna be so bad in a good way. Technically, if we now leave the boss alone, he'll just die off. We are that bad. Oh yeah. Infusion, I don't think that's one of the ones we want. No, I still don't have Bane yet. Damn. Okay, this is where it gets a little tough. So we'll spend this to 25 first because we want the radius increase. Okay, that's 25. Now we move on to the other one. Now we take a look at the two that we do have. Okay, this one has the radius increase. Perfect. It now has just enough dexterity. We don't need any more. When the radius increases further, we can take out this 1 point of dexterity because it increases, like it gives a bonus to all the normal nodes, but we'll see if we need any other normal nodes here later on to get even further bonuses. For now, though, this is really, really good. So as you can see, the build works fine, but now it's all about like getting the right equipment and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to take a little bit of effort. Okay, out we go. Do it again. Give me 1 second. I gotta do my art stuff. Preserved. Excuse me. Okay, new chat. Okay, good. Send the instructions off. Now, jump these. Now, we're going to just keep going into the pit until we get the glyphs we need. Do not progress your character until you get all the glyphs you need. This is a standard rule, but it's a hard and fast rule. And I did it again. Why am I dumb? I used both skills at once. Okay. Bad habit number one that I have to kill as soon as I can. I cannot cast both Dark Shroud and Concealment at the same time. It's one or the other. Not both. Never both. I need to get that through my brain. I cast one? Good. I need to hold and relax. Then cast the other. Okay, good. Good. Now always have one for a fight. That's the crucial key. I keep forgetting my blade shift sometimes because my rogue is so strong right now. I almost forgot. There we go. Versatility. What does this rune do? Wait, let me do this first. Versatility. Non-basic and non-core skills deal increased damage. Would this apply to the imbuement? Because it would count as this. Hold on, let me see. Circling back to our original point on I'm just going to check up on this information. I knew Ring of Starless and Harlequin Crest are going to be involved in this. Okay, that's what I expected anyway. Alright, let's exit first. Oh wait, sorry, I haven't ranked up the glyph. I'm going back in. Thankfully, I just exited via the portal. Phew. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Versatility has something unique about it. The 25% increased damage applies to the poison, even though the poison is inflicted by a core skill. Ah, så det ser ni. Interesting. Okay. Well, that works. Can we activate it? It requires dexterity. It only needs 10 more. If I upgrade it to 25, it'll get that. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to add any other points. We'll just upgrade it to 25 and we'll get it clear. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, so next big thing is that versatility has to go up to 25. That way we can save points and at the same time get a big bonus. Interesting. Smart. Very smart. Okay, we gotta keep going until we get Bane. I still don't have my Bane glyph. That's the main one I need. Versatility is a good choice, though. 25% multiplier I can live with. But we need Bane, you know? I know Batman's not... I did it again. I know Batman's not going to be happy, but we kind of need Bane, man. And I'm sorry if the Bat doesn't like it, but... Bat's just going to have to chill, you know? Nice. I'm the Blade Master. Master of the Blade. Look upon me and tremble. Detonate.
Curse this place. I'm being followed.
I just love watching them explode. It feels so good. Okay. Exploit glyph. This could be useful. I will consider that. But first, let's raise this. Still no Bane, though. Hopefully we get it soon. Okay, program my art. Sorry, I'm still programming art in the background because it's pretty important. Gotta get that shit done.
taken apart.
Okay,
Melted down.
again. Let me go see. All right. We still got an hour of stream. Unfortunately, I have to end a bit early today, but we'll try and get it done before that hour's up. Aspects I haven't worked on yet, dude. I'll let you know later in the build. But if you just started this season today, you should already have your mercenaries unlocked. If you didn't unlock your mercenaries, did you not play the campaign version and all that? Because they should be unlocked from the start, dude. Make sure you've gotten everything done before you actually start the season. Alright? The season is after you've done the story, campaign at least once. You know everything already. That way you also have everything unlocked. I assume you have the DLC. Because if you have the DLC, the mercenaries should be at Themis. Mercenaries are your first priority. Because they're a big help. I discussed a lot of the stuff in this leveling build at the start of stream, but if you're talking about legendary aspects, we don't even have any in the build yet. Because they're not important. Well, if you haven't played since Season 2, I returned last season. But I really recommend you go through the campaigns. You don't have to play the side quests, but make sure you've done the campaigns. Do like the main things to get your mercenaries and whatnot. That way, in future seasons, when you start again, you're all good. And if you've got the Lord of Hatred DLC, then it's worth clearing that. If you don't have the DLC, you might miss out on some of the stuff in my build, because I believe some of the skill tree is still locked for those that don't have the DLC. And you miss out on the Herodric Cube as well, which is pretty major for getting your stuff at endgame. You don't have the DLC, huh? Okay. Well, there's nothing much I can do for you now. You'll have to wait until my later build videos come out when I do showcase legendary aspects and stuff like that. But I would recommend getting the DLC as soon as possible. Base game is not enjoyable. It's your choice at the end of the day. And look, I wouldn't normally I know like gaming is an expensive hobby, but this is one of the few times where I'll say it's worth buying the DLC. It's cheap. It's like 40 bucks or something just for this basic package. You don't need the extra skins and whatnot. But you get the basic package, at least you're not limited. Don't do it and you will feel a little bit limited because some of the builds require the full skill tree. And also, like I said, Herodric Cube makes your journey a lot easier. I think I'll just wait until his stuff clears. I hate the ground effects. Control. Let's see what this does. I think we'll need some of that. Because I already do have crowd control. That might work in my favor. But I still want my Bane. Okay. Wrong one. This is a better chess piece for now. Not helpful, not helpful, not helpful, not helpful. Okay, again, we still want our Bane glyph, so we keep going until we get it.
Followed.
We gotta get versatility to 25 first. And hopefully we'll get Bane soon. Unfortunately, this is one of the boring parts about starting a second character. You gotta get your glyphs first. Glyphs are important because as you do your war plans, I mean gear is important too, but as you do your war plans, you know, you're gonna encounter pit runs. You don't want to be wasting time in the pit. Use the wrong glyph early and you're wasting levels because each time is an upgrade opportunity. You want to always be upgrading. Okay, boss ripped, as per normal. Bane! Haha! I knew it would come up for me eventually. Now this is where the fun begins. Now I've been looking for the Bane glyph because the Bane glyph, alright, is super important. Why do I say it's super important? It will, poisoning effects damage have a 15% chance to deal double the amount of damage over the duration. Okay, so this is pretty helpful. Although it's only a 15% chance, it's pretty helpful. Let's shove, where's Bane? Shove it in here. Okay, we need strength for this to work, so where is strength? Okay, I can grab this now, and we're at 20, and I can grab this now, and voila. Later on, if I want to, I can always grab more of the better options, but oh, wait. Oh, I have to grab all the strength anyway. Ah, shit. Okay. Well, that changes things. I'll try and grab all the strength in range a little later. This will be one of the more expensive ones because it increases poison damage. Okay. The additional bonus is nice, but I did not expect it to do that. Okay. Okay. We'll get this to 25 first, increase the radius, and that should get us set up somewhat. Okay. Let's level Bane. We also need versatility at 25. We got one more socket. I haven't decided which one yet, but I think it's going to be important. Okay, one more rune to get. Let's finish out the rest. I'm interested to see how our Torment 4 pit goes now. Technically speaking, we might even be able to go up to Torment 5, but we'll see. And I did it again. Whoops. Didn't mean to trigger both skills. I have to slowly break that habit. I really do. It is a stain on my honor. Okay. This does feel nice. Doesn't seem like as much of a big damage increase as I thought. But I guess it is a 15% chance, so fair. It won't trigger all the time. I expect more sporadic acceleration, which again is fine. Actually okay with something like that. Nice. Okay, on bosses I can sort of see the effect. Like you'll just sometimes see like the double ticks. Okay. I can work with that. First, versatility needs to go up. Okay, that's 25 now. Let's push up Tracker and Bane. Okay.
Mainlander, what brings you? I'll be here, swinging away.
You know what? I'm just gonna enchant something here. Armor is good.
Goodbye.
That'll be
It has
useful
been a
temporarily.
pleasure.
Higher poison damage multiplier. Okay. Cool. I knew it would give me that. Okay, anything else that we need to worry about? The rings suck. We need attack speed on them, which we do not have. And this makes the man sad. Okay, loot filters. I think it's time that we at least have 2 to 3 stats that we want. So let's start by getting the filters right. They must have at least 2 stats each. Rings and amulets, 2 stats each. Okay, we're good. Now again, I'm considering this canny glyph. Let's try until we at least get canny. Hopefully we get it on the next one. Then once we're done with this, we will be solid. The glyph farming is literally the start of everything, because once you have it done, you don't have to think. The main front of your build is good. Wow. Assuming that we don't need changes later. There could always be changes later. I'm not gonna say that there won't be, okay? Because that's the risk of building. No matter what, you might always have changes. But at the very least, if we have most of your glyphs sorted, you know, changing is not too difficult. You can do a couple pit runs, change the glyph later. Like I saw that control glyph, it's really nice. But because I only inflict some minor crowd control for now, I don't want to risk too hard. Risk too hard? I don't want to risk too much. Sorry. Risk too hard. Lol. I'm inventing new words here. New phrases. But, yeah, it will just give me, like, a means, I guess, of being flexible in case I want to change it around. Bane was the one we were looking for. We got a couple others along the way, so we're going to try this heavy poison focus. But Bane was the main one I wanted to get. Although, I have to admit, I'm a little bit disappointed with Bane. I thought it would be, like, better. I thought it would, like, double the damage more intensely, but it, well, I guess it does operate on a lucky hit chance. Or lucky 15% chance, whatever. So in some ways, that may limit it more, and I get that. Okay, to the next. See you later, Sir Tommy. I will catch you another time. I myself got about half an hour left, so I'm gonna try and go fast. But today, we actually surprisingly accomplished a lot. The Paragon path is set and ready. And we have a very solid, setup so far. Once we get all the glyph farming done, the next stream can be all about gearing. Start gearing hard in Torment 4. Bosses, as you can see, will continue melting. Okay, let's get tracker up. Almost to 25. Very tempted on that temporarily. Not because that ring has all damage, damage over time multiplier, then cooldown reduction. I lose attack speed and crit, but that's like temporary. Again.
I'm being followed.
Okay.
Quite the challenge.
Should have summoned my clone, but didn't even think about it. Definitely a little bit of an oops moment. You know, I really gotta do this one thing better. When I see an elite, my brain is still like, yeah, my damage is high enough. I just stand around dancing. But actually, I should just summon the clone and quickly kill it. I've got to get that reaction mentality down for faster leveling. So it literally makes no sense not to do it. That's the problem. Yep. When I see it, just trigger. Rogue is all about having that perfect balance between which skills are triggered, which skills are not. Good. Eclipse. It's still not what we want. That's okay. Oh, these guys so immune to damage. What the hell? Wild. Okay, next is this. Okay. Still missing Canny. Alright, one more try. Okay, in we go again. How much time? 303. Okay, great. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We can do it. Okay, here we go again. I remember this time. Okay, good. All done.
I'm being followed.
Yeah. You know, this actually, I figured out what it reminds me of. The rogue's movements remind me of that scene where Spider-Man was getting charged and attacked by all the aliens at once. And he was just like in insta-kill mode. And his special iron tentacles just like ripped everything. It was pretty cool. Thinking about that, I'm just like, yep, okay. So that's exactly why I like this movement so much. I've been trying to figure it out this whole time, and I'm like, why do I like this movement so much? It just reminds me of insta-kill mode. Oh, I am a nerd. And I accept my nerd status willingly. The rogue literally just activating insta-kill mode. But now these runs are getting faster because we're already like ready and prepared, so this is good. Farming and Torment 4 isn't all that great, but you know, we'll start getting geared up. Once we're geared up, you know, at least in terms of the basics. Get geared. That's a blessing. Haha.
I'm ready to see the outside again.
Okay, we got combat, volley, but still no canny. Well, still that's okay. We still got room to maneuver. Get this one to 25 first. Almost there. Still looking at a lot of this trash tier crap. Don't really want to give up the... Unless it's significantly superior. Don't intend to give that up yet. I like this one. Let me determine what is the best charm set, to be honest. I need to know. I need to know this. What would be the best charm set so we know for the future? The future! Sorry, going to ask the AI to let me know everything. As a member of the Imperial Inquisition, I must know everything completely. Program that. Now, while this thing searches for information, we are going to just remove... we can't remove the legendary seals yet. I don't know if we need maximum resource or whatever else, but I'll just shove this extra damage in here. Bonus XP. Okay, now we're talking. Give me that bonus XP. The rest is quite irrelevant. Okay. I don't mind this attack speed increase. Spellbound steel. Okay. Okay. I see the options and the math behind it. I think I will use Spellbound Steel for now, and later on when I need a different set, we will adjust accordingly. Should work theoretically. Theoretically. But a lot of this comes with caveats, so I'm not gonna worry about this. This Narrow Eye is useless since we don't use basic skills at all. So, okay. We'll start working towards Spellbound Steel, which also fits us perfectly because imbuement skills. Hell yeah! Okay, back at it for the last little bit of the dungeon. Alright, let's go. We still need one more glyph, so let's try and get it if we can. I know the attack speed is not supposed to affect the knives or whatever, but somehow it always feels like when I do have it, I'm so much faster. Like I'm really tossing them faster. I don't know, maybe it's the placebo effect here. Cause I just increased mine by like 8%. That shit cray. Yeah. Our damage is almost wholly reliant on the poison imbuement, though. Like, this is cool, but without the poison imbuement, we're kind of screwed. So that's, I guess, an aggressive weakness of this build, but at the same time, properly managing the cooldowns, not a problem at all, though. I like that. This guy's killed me so many times. Fluidity? Oh, god damn it. I think they're gonna give me candy last, but you know what? I will get what I want. I will get what I came here for, whether they like it or not. Okay, great. Now, let's check on the ones that we do have, because, okay, this one has all the strength runes. And we kind of want that. So we don't really have a choice here. Any other strength that we're missing? Not right now. Okay, good. This one is settled. Let's check here. For Headhunter, we are already maxed. We do not need anything further. Okay, so Headhunter set. We will only level that up if we have spare points. This one is saved. This one is Tracker Intelligence. Okay. I deal more damage to poison targets, which is really, really good, for every 5 intelligence. So do we have any intelligence that we are missing right now? Other than the intelligence that I'm naturally missing in my brain. I know you love my jokes. Okay, no, we are actually settled. We have grabbed every intelligence node here. Okay, settle that. Now, last one is versatility. We need one more point of dex to trigger it. So, where do we go? Creepy random whispers. Okay, I guess we'll just grab this here point of dex. Not really a big deal. And this is all about magic nodes, so we have enough. Oops, sorry. This dex was not in range. This dex is in range. Okay, we have enough dex. We don't have to worry. We're settled. In fact, if we really wanted to, we could even grab this one. Okay, now we have this bonus, which is lovely, and now we don't have to worry about this forever. Okay, so the only one would be this one last glyph socket, and the rest of the points we can spend on survival or whatever else we need to round out the build, which I think would be pretty darn fantastic. Because we need to determine where our spare points are, what is deficient, and how we're going to add more. I'm going to spend a few points to round out a couple of things. Where necessary, of course. Where unnecessary, I do not care. I'll say it again, though. I really do like how creepy this this thing is. I genuinely like that a little bit too much. Okay, maybe I won't take these just yet. Maybe I won't take these just yet. But I'll leave 21 points. 21 should be enough. Okay, we have probably time for 2 more runs, so we're just going to try and make it as fast as possible. We just need that. Yeah, lunch is here already. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Now we are talking. Oh yeah, that damage just went right up there. That was worth it.
I'm being followed.
This is just, I can actually feel the speed difference right now. This is actually pretty nice.
Impressive. Unfortunately.
And we still didn't get canny. Did you guys see that? The fact that we still don't have canny. Love that. Oh, whatever. Free levels. Okay. Oh my god. One more time. One more time before I end stream. If I get canny on this last one, I am going to flip the table. Unfortunately, this is something you have to do. It'll always be something a little bit boring, but you have to do it the first few times that you get shit like this done. I'm so tempted to try Torment 5. Let's go into Torment 5. This is a bad idea, but I like bad ideas. I'm not suffering too much on the damage.
Curse this place.
But that demon just yanked me
Followed.
across the map. Like freaking scorpion right there. Okay, bro. Playing it dirty like that. Gambit gonna have to show you why Gambit dangerous. 3 extra gold. Channeling Shrine. Sweep through. Oh, yeah. Done. The damage is definitely no problem. Oh my god, assassin glyph instead of never mind. Alright, guess next time is when we're gonna have to try and do it. Which is a bit of a shame. I think I'll go with tracker first, because increased damage to poison targets. That's kind of sick. Alright, we still haven't gotten the candy glyph, but we can finish it out next time. For now, we're good to go. I'm so sorry I have to end the stream early, but that's how it goes. Tomorrow, we'll finish the candy glyph farming, and then we'll start really gearing this character fast, because we're already capable of doing, like, Torment 5, so that's really not an issue. I'm just going to level up the Torment to 4 before I go, but thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Alright, we have gotten our rogue to level 70. We've got the Paragon board pretty much set up and ready to go. The planner for the video will hopefully be out by tomorrow, but I'll try and upload the video later tonight if I can as well. All right, thank you all so much. You guys have been a wonderful audience, and I will see you guys on the next one. Don't do anything weird while I'm gone. If you do weird shit while I'm gone, I really can't help you with that, okay? All right. Thank you. See y'all later. Bye.